Generally, I don't like talking about things like this. Um, however, at this point, I feel it necessary to talk about it. Um, I might be what you would call a little bit late, or whatever the case may be, just because um, I really let everybody say what they were going to say, or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional, try not to raise my voice, try not to. I can't make any promises. Um, I have 3 children, all elementary school age, and ranging from 12 down to 6. I have nephews and nieces who are in school, um, cousins, little cousins that are in school, and shit that we saw in Buffalo, the shit that we saw in Texas, um, in California. It's getting to the point that it almost seems normal, and that is sad. That is a sad thing. And at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, as I wouldn't even call myself a content creator. Um, I come across little things and I make videos about it, or things that just pop in my mind, or whatever the case may be. But some of these content creators are all over the internet, and I'm not calling people out, but I'm just making it seen. Some of these people have time throughout the day to be all over the internet, and they come across things and they would rather analyze and dissect some of the hateful things that come across on the internet, rather than reporting it in order to stop things like this happening, because there are people who are being influenced by these things and going up in these schools and doing shit. And you saw it, and you could have stopped it. And this is not just about content creators. This is about people who see things and see people saying things and can't recognize it because hate resides within them, and think that it's not a big deal. And at this point, it is a big deal. Kids who haven't even gotten a chance to live their lives, who haven't even gotten a chance to make one decision on their own that matters, are losing their life before they even get to the age to be able to do that. Elderly people who have earned the right to live the rest of their days out unimpeded, with no problems. They've contributed to society for so long, and they've earned the right to be able to relax and go to a grocery store and shop and go home, were killed. Asian Americans out in California going to pray and worship were killed. And it's like, it's become normal. I want y'all to see my eyes. This has become normal to us. So much so that we get to a point of really feeling numb. Really feeling numb to it. That It's almost like we talk about it for about 24 hours and it disappears. Which is the reason that I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait and talk about it. Because I've just gone through... I just saw my daughter graduate from the 5th grade. Went to my son's graduation ceremony. I can't imagine the pain that those parents must be going through, and I never want to have to deal with that pain. There are so many conversations that need to come out of this that we need to start having like fucking adults and having it with some sense. Because our kids' lives clearly depend on it. Our parents, our grandparents, their lives clearly depend on it. At this point, when are gun laws going to actually be something that we talk about and that we fucking push on these politicians that are asking for our vote? I've always thought that 18 was too young to have a shotgun, be able to get a shotgun or a rifle. And now that they've brought back assault rifles into the fray, since the Brady bill was eradicated back in, I guess, 2006, that counts as a rifle, and kids are able to get it. Kids who are just becoming grown can't even buy a drink. Somebody tell me how the fuck you raise the price or raise the age of the ability to buy cigarettes, but you don't raise the age of the ability to hurt yourself, as opposed to the ability to be able to go and hurt other people. And these are the incidents that should make us question that shit for real. Why? Because this is not a personal vendetta. One guy claims that he did it because of COVID. No, you didn't. You did it because you wanted to play Call of Duty in real life. Your video game, your grasp of reality crossed it. Like your grasp of reality crossed into fantasy. So you put on a GoPro and you went into a grocery store and you started picking off people who couldn't even run from you because they were old. And then you say COVID. Your family is saying COVID. Fuck. Why is the gun age the age handguns 21 years old? So on the same day you can go buy cigarettes, beer, you can go buy a fucking pistol. Why is that even possible? Why is it possible that even before you can buy a beer, or buy 3 years before you buy a beer, your 18th birthday, you can go and buy a rifle? And you're still a teenager. 25 at least should be the age. 25, 27. You know why? Because our kids don't know how to fucking act. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. These kids out here, they don't know how to act no more. They have told us how to discipline our kids, how not to discipline our kids, what we should do and what we can't do and what we can do. And now they're running wild, doing everything. We're right in that fray when they started telling us not to, you can't spank your kid or you going to jail and this, that, and the third. We're right in that age range. And now they don't fear nothing because they've never grown up with rules, because they never had to endure anything except having their video games taken. When are we going to start talking about these things, man? When are we going to start talking about these things? It's a lot more things that we could talk about other than relationships. This is our community. This is what we send our kids out into. We drop our kids off at school, and it's not safe. Can we please put actual police to stand outside the doors at schools as a line of defense to keep our kids safe, instead of having them chasing down innocent black men and killing them? Can we make our police useful? When are they going to do something? When are they going to do something? Sandy Hook. Like, it's been 27 mass shootings this year. Y'all, we haven't even made it to the halfway mark of the year. What the fuck? The halfway mark of the year is in a few days. We haven't even made it there. 27. Or y'all gonna wait till election time and then they start trying to control the narrative like they always do? They control the narrative and tell us what they want us to talk about. In the meantime, our kids are passing away. Our elderly are passing away. Every demographic has been touched in the last week in mass shootings in America. This is land of the free, home of the brave. It's in the name. Land of the free, home of the brave. And it's not brave for a person, basically a basic adult, just turned into an adult, to go and fucking bully children by shooting and killing them. This is the world. There are things that are heavily influencing these people. I talked about this very briefly on my group in Facebook. This is heavily. There are things that are on the internet, that are on TV, that are heavily influencing our kids to think differently. The push is for our kids to think differently. And sometimes different ain't better. Show off.